All right, so we're apparently on the confidence train. Last week's episode, we talked about building belief in the profession of network marketing and how vitally important that is for you in, going out into the marketplace and making an impact. It's pretty hard to make an impact when you're doubting the very profession that you're involved in. Now, in that episode, I talked about this whole idea of the importance of developing, like I said, confidence around the profession, right? And that this is a confidence game, right? And it is very much a confidence game. Now, one of those areas of confidence that I referenced in that particular video or that particular podcast, depending on how you guys plugged in, was confidence in yourself, like my belief in self, my ability to do this. Because I know looking back when I began network marketing, I didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence, period. I certainly didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence regarding my expertise. I was actually going to stop myself because I didn't have any expertise in network marketing. Clearly now I do, right? And how can I go from there to here? Now I know it's been many years, it's been almost 30 years, but I've had confidence, self-confidence, my confidence in myself, my own abilities in network marketing for many, 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 many years. But it didn't start out that way. So what I wanted to do in today's episode is kind of share with you some of my thoughts on how do you develop your own confidence in this space, in your ability to do this well. And so if we look at, and I did a post a few months ago around prospecting confidence, which happens to be one of the most important activities that we do in this business. But what I want to do today is just kind of focus on overall self-confidence. How do we develop the confidence in our abilities to do this business, right? So you're new. You don't know anything about it. You're brand new. Of course, you're not going to have any confidence in something that you've never done before. That's pretty normal. Like my kids, when they especially my youngest one, he's like, "Dad, I don't know how to do it." I'm like, "Buddy, you've never done it before." So one way to do it is to do it, right? So to just be in the game. Like if you just start playing, and if you look back at anything that you've ever done in your life that you're now good at, the first time you did it, you didn't even know what you were doing. And so you may have kind of got in there and tried to do it with no guidance or direction, and at least kind of figured out how to hold the baseball bat and how do I hold the bat if we're talking about baseball, or how do I hold the golf club? How do we do it? And you grab onto the golf club and you start swinging, or however you might be swinging the first time. Maybe you've watched somebody else do it and you're like, okay, well, I can see kind of what they're doing and I'm going to try to emulate that. And you go out there and you whack the ball around and you probably suck at it because you've never done it before. And maybe you get frustrated, but getting frustrated at something that you started yesterday or today is kind of ridiculous, right? I'm all frustrated because I'm not really good at this thing that I just literally just started just now. So think about that for a second. So don't get all down on yourself if you don't have a tremendous amount of self-confidence around network marketing just yet, especially if you just started. But if you're doing, and it's in the doing that helps you have those experiences that you can learn from. Now, I wouldn't suggest just doing and not working on the things that are going to help you be better at doing. And something that you may have heard me talk about many times, in fact, if you've plugged into me for a while or even a little while, is the concept of practice, right? And so I think it's super important in anything that we do that if we want to develop self-confidence in that arena, that's something that we should practice. So, when I talked about this a few months ago around prospecting, I was talking about practicing prospecting, role playing, for example. Find a buddy, find a partner. You can role play. You can what actors do it all the time. They audition, they practice before they go do their part, or if you will, and they don't just stand up in front of the camera and just do it. Maybe that would be just total ad lib. But if they're going to do it, they're going to practice their lines. They're going to be prepared for it. If you're going to play a sport, if you're going to play tennis or soccer or football or hockey or anything else for that matter, you're going to practice it before you play the game because it helps the doing be better at it helps you be better at doing, right? This is not rocket science, you guys. It's not. I'm trying to help you out here. If you're struggling with your self-confidence in doing network marketing, then you need to do network marketing. You need to work on being better at doing network marketing. You need to acquire more knowledge around the profession of network marketing, that which you're doing right now by even watching me on this video or plugging into my podcast, which is great. You are focused on improvement. And I would suggest the Japanese Kaizen, that's the term, which is, or Kani, constant and never-ending improvement. I think that's a great philosophy to work by. It's like, okay, and even to this day, many moons into my career, I'm still working on myself. I'm still developing, I'm still learning, I'm still acquiring knowledge, and it's something that never stops. Because the more knowledge that we have, the application of that knowledge into practice helps us to be better at what we're doing, and the better we are at whatever it is that we're doing, the more confidence we have around it. Because think about things that you don't have confidence in. If you don't have confidence in, I don't feel good doing it. And see, if you lack confidence, you procrastinate, right? If you're lacking in confidence, you're going to come up with every excuse not to do it. You're going to figure out anything other than doing it because it doesn't feel good to you because you don't have confidence in it. So if you want to make money here, it's important that you develop confidence. It's important that you work on your confidence. And again, in this episode, I'm talking about self-confidence. Self-confidence comes through the doing. It comes through practicing and working on the craft. It comes through the acquisition of knowledge, reading books, listening to audios, watching others, being observant of others' behaviors, seeing how they're doing things. I learned early on to copycat behavior. If I saw somebody who was better than I was, I did my best to copy that behavior. Same thing as if I went onto a golf course and I was on the practice range and I saw a guy hitting the golf ball, I would try to do my best to copy the swing, to model the swing, to model successful behavior. These are things that are going to help you to develop self-confidence, right? It's going to help you to develop confidence in yourself by doing this business. And it's a journey. It's a process. It's not overnight, snap your fingers, and all of a sudden I can, here's a magic pill for self-confidence, or hey, snap my fingers, meditate you, boom, whatever. All of a sudden you've got self-confidence. It's a journey, and you have to understand that we have to embrace the journey. It takes time for things to develop. It takes time. Think about anything. I want you to just take yourself out of network marketing for a second. What are you really good at? What do you have amazing confidence in? Are you an amazing musician and you just jam on the guitar like nobody's business? Are you amazing at woodwork? Are you amazing at whatever it is that you're amazing at? You are not amazing at it the very first time you did it. So why would you expect to be amazing and have an amazing amount of self-confidence around something like network marketing that maybe is fairly new to you? So you got to do, and it's like Malcolm Gladwell, right? He talks about 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours and if you did something, think about it. Like, I'm not the same person today that I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago in the context of network marketing, because I've put the time in. I've worked on my craft. I've worked on my skills. I've worked on sharpening my saw every single day, and I've studied it. I've become very knowledgeable on it. I've worked on it. I've observed others. I've been inquisitive and curious and asked questions. So you can develop self-confidence in this business. I'm telling you, you can. I've met too many people who went from, whoa, all right, my goodness gracious, that's where you were to where you are today. Night and day difference. I'm night and day difference from where I started in network marketing as a stuttering, sweaty, nervous wreck 22-year-old kid that was scared to death to talk to anybody. So, but again, how bad do you want it? If you want the result of what you can accomplish in network marketing bad enough, if you see the capacity of network marketing, your potential future of what you could create, you got to decide for yourself, is it worth it for me to go through this journey of growth and development and learning and stumbling a little bit and figuring out my way and messing up sometimes and doing it good sometimes and working my way through it to get to that other point. So again, taking you right back to the thing that you're really good at, whatever that thing or those things are. Think about how you got good at those things, right? The way you got good at those things was by acquiring knowledge, by acquiring mentorship. Maybe you hired a coach. Maybe you had a mentor. Maybe you had somebody that worked with you and taught you that craft. Like I did this thing behind me where this crystal is back here. We made that base out of this piece of burl wood, and I was mentored through the whole process. I would have never been able to do that by myself. I had a mentor that walked me through it. Could I do it again now? Yes. Would I probably still fumble a little bit if he wasn't there to help me out? Probably. but I could certainly do a whole lot better at it, and I'd have a lot more confidence in working with a piece of wood to turn it into that beautiful base that you see that my crystal's on behind me. If you're listening to me on audio, you don't see the crystal. That's fine, but you can always plug into my website and go see it if you want, and go see the video and the rest of what's going on here. So developing confidence in yourself is crucial. Developing confidence in the business model of network marketing, as we talked about last week, is crucial. Self-confidence, and this again is a confidence game. You guys need to look at where you are and start acting appropriately and figure out, what do I need to do to develop confidence in whatever area it is. If you lack confidence in something, the way you gain confidence in anything, in or out of network marketing, in or out of business, is by deciding for yourself that it's that important for you to get good at that thing, and then start to work on doing the things that are going to give you that confidence. Doing in spite of not being good, being observant, practicing, working on the craft, gaining the necessary knowledge, allowing some time to go by and not be like frustrated or mad because yesterday you weren't confident and today you're still not confident. That's kind of insanity, isn't it? Like, maybe I'm a little more confident today than I was yesterday, and then tomorrow I might be even a little bit more confident, but to go from no confidence to total confidence in 24 hours, probably not going to happen. It was a journey for me. It's going to be a journey for you, but you got to figure out, are you willing to go on that journey? I think it's well worth it to go on the journey because the rewards of you being successful in network marketing far outweigh any of the pain or anguish or the stuff that we've got to go through in order to get there. So, all right, not sure where you're plugging into me, but I'm so grateful that you're here. Whether you're on my podcast, listening to me on audio, whether you are on YouTube, watching me on video, maybe you're on my website. If you are, that's great. If you want to see where the whole conversation's taking place and other details around this episode and other things that'll help you build your network marketing business, including some free resources that we have right here on this page, head on over to toddfalcone.com/episode 33. Again, that's toddfalcone.com/episode 33. TODDFALCONE.com/episode 33. Thanks for plugging in. Stay fearless, my friends. We'll see you next time.